Hello everyone and welcome once again to the channel, and in this video we are going to be talking about how we can add a comment system to our blog project. So this is going to be part 5 of our blog series, and we are going to be seeing how we can create a new model to save the comments. We create a form so that the user can submit the comment. Also, we are going to be validating the input data. We are going to be adding a view that processes the form and saves the comment to the database, and we will also be editing the post detail template to display the list of comments and the form to add a new comment. So great, let's get started. Just before getting started, this is my Instagram page. The It's code underscore void underscore is the username, and I post daily content on developer tips, great resources. I post resources to learn mean YouTube, best YouTube channels, placements, introduction to new technologies, coding questions that you must do for landing the best placements in companies like Fang and etc. So check out this page. If you like the page, make sure you follow the page. It's I prove that it can give you some really helpful insights into becoming a better software developer, and great. So yeah, so let's get started with the tutorial. Yeah, so first of all, what we need to do is that we need to create a model to save the comments, right? So let's go to our models.py file and let's add a new class called comments. So we need to add a new class comment, right? So class comment, and similar syntax is models.model. Okay, now we have a post and we need the foreign key. Okay, and we will pass on delete models.cascade. Yeah, so once this is done, just need to give it a name. So related name is, which is gonna leave it as comments. Okay, great. So the next thing that we do is we leave the name must be entered by the user, right? So models.char field, and let's say we give a max length about 80 maybe, just to be safe, and email is also, and we just give models.email field, and this will just take care of the validation automatically. So once this is done, we do body of the comment, and inside the comment body we just need models.text field, right? And we also need to create it at what time. So models.date time field, auto underscore now underscore add must be true. Okay, and updated models dot datetime field auto underscore now should be true. Hey everyone, so at this point in the video apparently the voice happened to cut out, so I will be doing a voiceover from this part to the very end of the video, so please bear with me. And yeah, so what we are doing here exactly is that we are uh, making edits to our models.py file, since we want to be storing our comments in a date in we want to be storing our comments, right? And we'll be storing them in the database obviously. So we are and our models.py file is the way we interact with our SQLite database, right? So that is what we'll be doing here, and that's what we're doing here. And we had the fields post, name, email, body, created, updated, active, and now we're just writing the meta class, and we just want to order it according to the created, according to the parameter created. So great, and now we're just writing the constructor. All right, and we'll just be returning the comment by name, I guess, comment by name and created. Comment will be returned by self.name, and yeah, so great. Yeah, so there was apparently an error here in the syntax, and there's an empty expression not allowed error. So yeah, so there was a misspell in auto underscore no. It was supposed to be auto underscore now. Yeah, so that I fixed that, and great. So once this is done, we'll try to run the website again, and we'll try to execute, and we'll check if there are any errors. So yeah, there are no errors. Great. Yeah. So the next thing that we're doing here is we are since we have made changes to our models.py file, we will have to make migrations, right? So we have seen this command before, python manage.py make migrations. So yeah, so make migrations, and then we also want to run the command python manage.py migrate. So we'll be doing that as well. And yeah, 0002. So this is the table, right? This is our second table. So when we run this command python manage.py migrate, we want to be getting 0002 underscore. Yeah, great. So that is what we were expecting, and that is what we got. So that's right. Okay, so now we have edited our file successfully. So now that we've done this, we want to register our comments model on the Django administration website, correct? So we need to go to our admin.py file, and we'll be importing from .models, we'll be importing post, and we'll also be importing comment. Yeah, so once we've done that, we'll just be writing admin.register with comment and class post class, probably naming it as comment admin models, and admin dot models admin. Yeah, that's the syntax, that's correct. Let's just name this class comment admin. Yeah, so we'll be needing these list underscore display, we'll be needing all of these parameters again, right, since we also want to make the same form. So we are basically doing this because we want to uh, we want to be able to interact with our comments in a using a much simple user interface, and registering it with the Django administration website allows us to edit it very well. It really simplifies the task of helping us deal with the comments, adding, deleting, making yeah, so it really makes the job much easier. So let's underscore display, our parameters are name, email, post created and active. We have a list filter, this is what we want to be able to filter our comments by. So Okay, so now search underscore fields. Now we must be able to search through our entire comments. So we'll search through all our comments, right? So this will be based on name, I guess. Name, email, and body. Yeah, correct. So now that this is done, the next thing that we want to do is we want to edit our views.py file. So this is done successfully. So now let's just execute it once and make sure there are no errors. Okay, I ran this command by mistake here. Let's run python manage.py run server. Alright, great. Let's go to our administration website and let's check if our model is registered successfully. Okay, great. We can see our comments there. We can see our comments model. We can click on it and there we go. That is our search field, and this is a simple interactive way in which we can add our comments and deal with them. So great. So now moving on. So yeah, so now the next thing that we need to do is we need to edit our views.py file. So let's go to our blog file. Right, so before that what we want to do is we want to create our forms.py file, so that whenever we create forms in Django, we want to be able to create them. This is a standard way in which we create forms in Django. We create a forms.py file, and then we just render them onto the templates. So what we'll be doing here, we just forms.import comment class, just write a class comment form, and let's form.form model form, and we just need to write a meta class. The meta class will follow soon. Yeah, so forms.model model form. Okay, great. Class meta. Yeah, so I think this import seems to solve the error. However, the import actually is from Django import forms and not from Django dot forms import forms. So this will be resolved later by myself in the video. Right, so this is model comment, and fields are just going to be the name, email, and the body. So just by doing this, Django will automatically create a form for us, which is extremely convenient. So Django itself introspects the model and builds the form dynamically for us. So that is extremely convenient for us. Okay, so now that this is done, the next thing that we want to do is we need to edit our views.py file, right? So we'll be going to our views.py, and now that we're here, we want to be making some changes here. So we want to edit our post underscore detail view, right? So first of all, let's just add all the imports. From forms import comment. Yeah, so now that we've imported a comment form, next thing that we need to do is we go to our post underscore detail view and we start making our edits here. Yeah, so great. So we'll be going here and we'll be writing comments, right? So comments equal to post dot comment dot filter, and we're just going to write active equal to true. Yeah, so this, what we're doing here is we added a query set to retrieve all active comments for this post as follows. So that's what we'll be doing majorly over here. So this is going to, the comments is just going to be a list of all the active posts for this post. Now what we are going to be doing here is that we are checking for valid comments, and if we are, no, first of all we're just checking if the method is post. So alright, so comment underscore form equal to comment form, and yeah, data equal to request dot yeah, so comment underscore form, if comment underscore form dot is valid, so the form using the submitted valid, so we are just validating the inputted data using the is valid method here. So that's what we have done, and we're checking for the valid input data. So if the data is valid, then we'll be writing new underscore comment comment.form.save. So right now here what we'll be doing is that we're going to set commit to false, since we just want to add the comment but we do not want to commit it to the database yet. So for what we want to do next here is that we just want to do new underscore comment dot post equal to post. So we want to assign the current post to this comment, right? So we want to make sure the assignment is done correctly. So new underscore comment dot post just simply equals to post, and we have new underscore comment dot save. So dot save is just going to commit it to the database. Yeah, so dot save command is just going to save it to the database. Else comment underscore form equal to comment form. All right, so we are, what this is just a form instance if the view is called by a get request, correct? So if not the post, then else is get. So currently I've put it under the wrong indent block, but it has to be outside since it's with the first if, not with the nested if. So I'll be correcting that later in the video. Yeah, so we'll be passing these as context variables as well. New underscore comment is going to get new underscore comment, and with comment underscore form which is going to have comment underscore form again. Yeah, so that seems correct. Great. Yeah, so after doing this we want to actually add the comment to the details template, right? So this is done. Our views.py looks good, the model looks good. It's also been registered with the it's also been registered correctly on the Django administration website. So now what we want to do is we are going to add the comments to the post detail template. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go to our templates, our blog, our post, click on detail.html, and yeah, we are going to be starting to write our block inside our block content. So yeah, so I guess so under the body. Yeah, so this is maybe under the right, so this will be added exactly under the post.body line breaks mostly. Yeah, so that is, since we want all the comments below the post body, right? We do not we want the title of the post, the content, published by, published, the name of the author, creation date and everything, and once the body, and then the entire body, and below the body we want to start our comments. So great, so let's start. So add under, so we're just going to add width here. Now this width tag, we're going to be using the width tag over here. Yeah, so the width tag just allows you to assign a value to a new variable that will be available to be used until the end width tag. So every width is going to end with an end width tag, and any variable this is just going to allow us to use a variable within that scope. So great. So here we want to make sure that we can see the total comments, right? So that's what we're doing here. We're going to be writing h2 here, and inside a heading 2 tag here we have total comments and the comment, and then we will also have total underscore comment, and we will have pluralize over here. So what we're doing with pluralize here is that this is a template filter, and it is just going to return a string with the letter s. So if the value is different from 1, so if it's 2 for example, 3 comments, 4 comments, so if it's just 1, then it's just going to be 1 comment, but if it's 2, it's going to be 2 comments, 3 comments, 4 comments. So we have to take care of that, right? It shouldn't say 1 comments, since that is grammatically incorrect. So that's just 1 comment and 2 comments, 3 comments. So that's what pluralize is going to help us to do. So once this is done, great, so this looks about right. Now what we want to do is, now what we want to do is we want to include the list of comments also, right? So we just need to append a few more lines of code under in this same file here. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, so this is just the pluralized template filter that I had explained earlier. Yeah, so we go after our end with tag here. Great. So under our end with, we have, what we want to do is for comment and comment. So we're just going to be looping through all our comments here and displaying them one below the other. So that's what we're doing. So we are using the for template tag to loop through our comments, and we want to display a default message if the comment list is empty, informing the users that there are no comments on the post. And so we are enumerating through all the comments with the for loop.counter variable, which contains the loop counter in each iteration, right? Then what we're doing is we display the name of the user who posts the comment, the date, the body of the content, the body of the comment. So we want to be adding all those as well. So here the for loop.counter variable, what I mentioned it is that we're just going to be using these to enumerate comments with the enumerate comments with for loop.counter variable, right? So this contains the loop counter and in each iteration. Great. So then right, what we're doing here is we're displaying the name and the time when the comment was created, like I said earlier. And all right, so comment dot body and with line breaks here. Yeah, so we also need to have an empty tag over here, since if there are no comments inserted, we want to display there are no comments yet, so that the user can know that there are no comments associated with the respective post. So great, we can do that, and we just write there are no comments yet. So once we do this, the next thing that once we are done with this, our blog commenting system should be mostly ready to test out. We are done with our end 4. We just need to No. There's a one more step. I'm sorry for that. There's also another step that we need to do. We also want to display to the user after they add a comment. We also want to display if the comment has been added, right? So, and we also need to add the button, of course. So, if we're just going to check if the comment is new, right? If it's a new comment. So, if new underscore comment, if new underscore comment, and in our h2 we're just going to write that your comment in our h2, right? In our h2 we're just going to write your comment has been added, yeah. So once this is done, we have our else tag here, right? And inside h2 we just going to prompt the user to add a new comment. Okay, so once this is done, what we want to do is we want to have a post form method post here, because if when we'll be adding a comment, we'll be making a change to the database, so that needs to be sent as a request. So form method post comment underscore form dot as underscore p, yeah. So all right, that's good. And now what we'll be using is we'll be using a Csrf token here. So a Csrf token is used to prevent so if those of you who do not know about this, Csrf stands for cross-site request forgery, and it is an attack that can it's that is that most websites can be vulnerable to if not programmed correctly. So Django makes use of Csrf tokens to prevent vulnerability to these attacks. So overall, Django security is pretty much unparalleled and is extremely reliable and strong. So once we do this, we just want to add the button here. So input time equal to submit, value equal to add comment. Great, we just want the button to say add comment, right? So we just write value equal to add comment, and great. So now our we just need to end the if, yeah, end if. Great. So now our our comment system is mostly ready to be tested out. Everything seems good to go. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah. So Python manage.py run server, and there we go. That's our first error. So we have an error, like I said earlier, there's an error in django.forms, and this is an import error, since the import is just supposed to be from Django import forms and not from django.forms import forms. So I'll be making that change right now. It's just going to take around just a few seconds more. Yeah, so the import is supposed to be from Django import forms. Yeah, so then there we go. The error seems to have been resolved, and great, the website is now started at the development server. Yeah, so the web app is running. We change it to /blog. All right, we click on one of the blog posts, and good, there we have another error. So now what we need to do is that we need to, yeah, so we have an error here in all the posts. So now what this error is due to an indentation error in one of the files, with the if else block not been written correctly by me earlier in the video. So that's the error in the views.py file. So that will be resolved in around the next minute. Yeah, so no errors here. Forms.py, the forms.py file is perfect. Yeah, and the admin.py file also seems to have no errors and no problems.